Everyone's talking about Marvel's release of their Daredevil trailer. Take a look.
You can sense it before it happens.
Oh my god, that's not right, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, we're talking about the Fantastic Four. Welcome to Meanwhile, the show that introduces you to the world of comics and connects it to the shows and games you already know and love. My name's Nathan Faudre, let's get started. Last week, Fox put out the trailer for Fantastic Four and shocked the world because it actually didn't suck. So, today we're going to dig into the comic book version of Marvel's First Family, which is drastically different from the movie, yet still awesome. The Fantastic Four is the first Marvel superhero comic, debuting in 1961 and created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. While Marvel owns characters that were created as early as the 40s, the Fantastic Four essentially launched Marvel Comics as we know it. The team consists of Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, Susan Storm, and her brother Johnny Storm. Reed, who is widely considered to be the smartest man in the Marvel Universe, was working on an experimental spaceship. When he loses his funding, he does what any good scientist would do. He decides to steal the ship and fly it himself.
That doesn't sound like something a good scientist would do.
Chris, are you a good scientist?
Oh my god, I'm a bad scientist!
But what if I told you he recruits his childhood friend Ben to be the pilot and decides to bring his girlfriend and her kid brother, risking every one of their lives?
That actually sounds like a better idea.
No, Chris, no.
I guess when your ship is hit by a cosmic storm exposing everyone to massive amounts of cosmic radiation, then it is a little bit of a buzzkill. But instead of dying an agonizing death when the ship crashes, they awake with amazing powers. Ben is transformed into a rock creature, Reed has become fluid like water and able to stretch himself, Johnny bursts into flame and can fly, and Sue can become invisible and create force fields. Now who's the bad scientist?
Still me.
So, the next logical course of action is for them to, wait for it,
Fight crime!
nope! They say, screw that, let's get famous! And they set out to become world-famous adventurers. Kinda like if Neil deGrasse Tyson, Michelle Obama, The Rock, and say...
Andrew Garfield?
Sure!
Oh my god.
It's like all of them all teaming up and going on adventures. The media dubs them the Fantastic Four, giving each of them code names. Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch, the Invisible Girl, and the Thing. Sue eventually becomes known as the Invisible Woman in the 80s.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, girl power! Bound together by their powers, this group forms an unlikely family and team. With Reed marrying Sue and popping out some brilliant babies, Franklin and Valeria, they really become a family. And just like any family, there are arguments and fights and personal problems. Reed is mad at everyone for making trouble in the backseat of the Fantastic car.
Fantastic car?
Yeah, it flies, it's fantastic. Unlike my car, which is craptastic.
Every day, Nathan makes one terrible, awful joke. With just one like, you can ensure the next time he makes one of these jokes, I'll punch him right in the face.
Anywho, when enemies like Galactus or Reed's college roommate Dr. Doom show up, they pull together as a team and with the Thing's trademark battle cry of, "It's clobbering time!" they jump into action to save us all. Fantastic Four by Waid and Wirango, Ultimate Collection Book 1 by Mark Waid and Mike Wirango.
Long title, awesome book.
Mark Waid has been one of the most reliably awesome writers in comics for years, and his take on the Fantastic Four is no exception. Waid takes the team back to their roots as adventurers and explorers of the unknown, who also have to live together. The run begins with a few standalone stories that really show the heart and craziness of the team. It leads up to them having to deal with Reed's tablet gaining sentience, getting jealous of the rest of the team, and trying to kill him. And you thought Siri was bad. Uppercut to the face! This is a great place to start and really get a flavor for the adventure and sense of humor that sets the tone for the team. And tonally, this is spot on, one of the best representations out there. Ultimate Fantastic Four, The Fantastic, by Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Miller, and Adam Kubert. This is the Ultimate Universe version of the team, and if you saw our last episode about Marvel's multiverse, you'd know that the Ultimate Universe is separate from Marvel's main universe. This story is a new origin updated for the 21st century, with all of its members being younger and really coming to terms with their powers and relationships for the first time. We get a Fantastic Four that is very unsure of themselves, but ready to step up to their newfound destiny. Plus, since most of the Ultimate Universe has served as a blueprint for the cinematic universe, we can safely assume that this is what the upcoming movie will be based on. As with everything else in the Marvel Universe, the Fantastic Four are in for a few shakeups because of Secret Wars. In fact, the closing arc of their comic begins right now with Fantastic Four number 642, which went on sale in January 2015. The final story arc, The End Is Forever, sees the team under attack from the invaders and an unknown threat determined to end them forever in issue number 645, the final issue. Since the movie rights to both teams are owned by Fox and not Marvel, there's a theory floating around that the FF will join the X-Men in their own separate universe as a result of Secret Wars. We'll just have to wait and see where Marvel's first family ends up. Either way, I'm sure we haven't heard the last. It's clobbering time. Now that you're ready for the Fantastic Four, be sure to subscribe so that you know when next Thursday comes around you won't miss the next episode of Meanwhile. And be sure to leave any comic suggestions that you have in the comments section below. Meanwhile, it's a cold February night. Just you and me, curled up next to a roaring fire. Flame on. Meanwhile, Chris will be practicing to be a better scientist. Where's Megan?
I can fix that.